What is up guys, Jonny here. Today I'm going to teach you how to frontside pop shove. A very important basic trick. First of all, we need to know one thing about frontside shoves. There is two different ways of doing it. There's like an easy way, and there's like the hard way. It quite took me some time to take my front shoves on that level. So we're gonna start off with the easy way that makes a lot more sense if you never landed one of these. It might not be the best feeling trick in the beginning to shove your board behind you, but hey, there is reasons to learn that. Like one reason, if you learn that, it's gonna open up new doors, new possibilities for like various flips, for hard flips. You need to know how to front shove. Another reason, you can combine this trick really well. For instance, if you want to level up your tech game, you got like 50-50, you got like front shove. It's really easy to combine them. Like a 50-50 front shove out, good trick. And at last, it always feels good, like so good to learn new tricks. It's a good feeling, trust me. It's well suited for beginners. It's good if you know how to ollie, how to backside shove. Maybe a frontside 182, not necessarily, and that is pretty much it. I would say it's a little more difficult than a backside shove it, but it actually just works the reverse way. So let's hop right into this and unveil the magic. Alright, let's do this. Back foot goes first. Remember what he had on the backside shove? We had our toes in this pocket, in this side of the tail. We're kind of like grabbing it with the toes. This not the case on the front shove, or either way you're gonna have it in the opposite pocket or center of the tail. You will have to try for yourself what works better for you. What feels more convenient to shove your board in this direction. Maybe like that, maybe like that. Like there's only like a very little amount of tricks that need like a certain foot positioning. This goes for the toe flip, for example. For any other trick, there is actually like a lot of freedom. Like if you really wanted to, you could also make it happen in backside pop shove position. It just takes a little more effort, I guess, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. Somewhere in this area, however you feel comfortable, I like to have my foot a little bit angled, like a little bit in this direction. If you prefer that or this, up to you. Just go out and try. Now it's getting a little more tricky. Let's be talking about that front foot. I personally like to have it straight, toes and heel hanging over both edges. And here we go again. Maybe you want to check out it for yourself as well, what works best. I know people that prefer this way. Maybe this way makes a lot of sense in the beginning. Like since you only want to do like a shove, not a fully popped frontside shove. It's tricky, it ain't easy, but hey, you're gonna figure out your own unique way for that trick to set up. Like you're the only person that does that. So we're ready, all set up, still standing on our board. And it's actually like comfortable. It's not that hard to balance like the stance. And before we're gonna do anything, we're gonna think, like what are we gonna do to get our board moving behind us? Yeah, right. We gotta push the board down and at the same time into this direction, towards you in this case. Let's check out the POV view for a regular footed person. Like our back foot, it's gonna push the tail down and move it in that direction. Before we even gonna talk about the front foot, you notice like the tail is not even touching the ground or only a little bit. And that is the difference of a popped frontside pop shove it and a front shove. Like on the front shove, the tail doesn't have to be pushed on the flat like crazy. Sometimes it's not even touching. So you rather want to invest your energy in moving the boards toward this direction than actually like pushing it down. We're all set up, well balanced, we have the tension. We need to have like some weight on the front foot, otherwise we'd be in tail position. So step by step, because this is not as easy as it looks. Like, skateboarding is difficult. It takes time, but the more difficult, the more rewarding. So let's do this. We're gonna release the tension by jumping into the air. We're gonna shove our foot in front of us. We're not gonna push it down too much, more in front of us. Our back foot goes behind us. See, on a front shove that is not scoop, the board is falling behind us, okay? Well, we're set up like this. We're gonna do the front shove. It's gonna turn and it's gonna fall behind. That means we gotta jump back. So you kind of just gotta focus on pushing your foot in this direction and jump back. You got your balanced weight like somewhere in your back, and like your whole body is gonna jump backwards, your front foot is gonna go forward. I hope that makes sense. So that's basically how the trick works, but how to get your brain used to this new idea. We're gonna go through this step by step, as always. So you're gonna stand right next to your board. You're only gonna use your back foot. And at first, your back foot alone is gonna do that frontside shove it motion. You might also figure if you put your back foot too much into the tail, the board flips slightly. You don't want this to happen when you commit for the trick, because that way you could be ending up landing primo. And you do not want to fall that way. You want to succeed. So that was the reason I mentioned this compromise, okay? And here we go. You mastered this, the easiest part done already. And now it's gonna be a little more tricky, because we gonna stand on a board and we're gonna try to make that frontside shove motion happen out of that tension. We're not gonna fully commit, we're just gonna catch it with one foot, or we're not gonna catch it at all. We just wanna make the board turn. Great, good job. That already is kinda difficult. If you're exhausted already, or if you wanna work on some other tricks, if this is not feeling fun anymore, you can just change and go back to the committing part the other day. Like, your brain is gonna work on a trick overnight, and you'll see like the next day it's gonna be a lot more easier. Therefore, you could kind of say like your brain is slowing down time, because you don't have to focus as much to make it happen. And right here, I want to give you another tip. When I learned the trick, I learned it slowly rolling. Because in the case you're rolling, you don't even have to go fast. You don't have to put as much force into shoving, like into this direction. It feels like this to me. I know it might seem a little less scary still standing, but actually rolling like really slow, it's gonna make it easier. And even another tip, if you're scared of this, like, you can also work on it without trucks. If you have a spare one, in case you don't want to dismantle it, like, just put it on the ground and practice that movement. Of course, the weight distribution of the motion is different when you do it with trucks and wheels on, but still the motion resembles. So let's just give it a shot. Now with this trick tip, you can practice your front shoves like every session for like 10 minutes. And if it's not working, just move to another trick and go back the next day with fresh motivation. And maybe by the end of the week, you'll learn how to do this trick. How awesome is that? Front shoves. That's how it works. That's how I learned like a lot of tricks. In case you want to butter up your front shoves and you want to learn the popped version, in case you want to learn that, you're not going to have a lot of weight on that foot, this foot in the center, and we're going to do the scoop again. We're going to push down like crazy. At the same time, we're going to go up, which forces your board like bam. Which kind of want to make your board explode and go up in the air. It's a tough one. Quite took me some time to learn that trick proper. So it ain't easy, but if it was easy, like, we probably never had started to skate in first place, I guess. It's a good thing about skateboarding. Like, it's so difficult. Like, there's not a lot of people that can do that. That was it already. I hope this is gonna help you to learn how to front shove. Never give up, even if the trick is not gonna work out. You're gonna work on some different tricks and you're gonna go back to that eventually. So thank you guys for watching. It was a pleasure to teach you guys that trick. Feel free to hit the like, subscribe and comment button if you want to suggest another trick tip. Frontside shove has been on the wish list for a long time. That's why I made it happen. I'm listening to you guys. If you want to support me, links in the description of this video. Have a lot of fun skating. I wish you a beautiful day. Hopefully see you soon on this channel. Goodbye.